Start the recording. Start the engines.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tower Casuals, the Destiny podcast. I am your host, Corey Deering, and after a week off, refreshed is the flawless, the Jotun Toten, the vault dwelling, the banished slaying Josh Finney.
Can we really say it's banished slaying if the campaign isn't available yet?
I mean, look, I was trying to come up with something
cool.
cool.
The Running Riot. There we go.
Okay, the Running Riot. Okay.
The skewering Running Riot.
Okay, we'll add that to the list. Just add it to the list.
I love it.
If any fan out there wants to tweet at us the list of every name I've called Josh since the beginning, that would be great. I'm not gonna go do that, but some fan will do it, right? You'll do it. You'll just tweet it out.
Do it for the show. We'd really like to have it for our end of the year episode.
Here's what I'll do, actually, Josh. Okay, for our social media posts. If someone does that for us, if someone goes out there and sends a list to Tower Casuals of every name I've called Josh, I will make a fancy graphic and put it on social media for everybody.
There are at least 10.
I think there's way more than that.
there are way more. There's like 10 off the top of my head that I can think of. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
A comprehensive list, like going all the way back to the beginning. And thank you to those of you, just at the top of the show, before, we have fun. Thank you. We saw our Spotify stats yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And just massive growth across the board, plus 999% on like literally every category.
I know.
It's not an exaggeration.
I was like, yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. This is like, I was like, man, is this broken or something? And then like you go through the stats and everything. It was just like, man, first of all, before we even get there, like, Joasis, who follows on Instagram and Twitter, he posted in one of his stories on Instagram that we were his top podcast, and that really was like, man, that means a lot. First of all,
that was Corey sent that to me yesterday morning. I saw it when I woke up, and I was just like, man, it's fucking cool to see. We love that you guys like listening to the show so much, and genuinely, I'm touched that you could stand me for that many minutes out of your year.
I know. I can barely stand in that many minutes, antics, let alone a stranger. I'm just kidding.
The antics, the lore corners, the loot, the griping about seasonal events. Thank you for being here through all it. I was gonna wait and bring it up next week, but I didn't want people to have already forgotten about the Spotify thing, because everyone's been posting it. I was ashamed to post my podcast, so I did not. I listened to all my podcasts on a different service this year than Spotify.
I know.
And my podcast listenership has gone down significantly since I'm not in the office.
Yeah. Yeah.
My top podcast on Spotify, 32 minutes of Tower Casuals.
Nice.
Just mainly me making sure the audio works when Corey's not here. Because I've gotten messages before like, hey guys, there's like an audio gap. Like, god damn it. I think that's all from the same episode. I was trying to pinpoint exactly where it was at.
It's usually like
in like April, I listened to 32 random minutes of silence on Tower Casuals.
Oh man. Like I don't know. I should probably start using Spotify. Dude, the Apple app sucks.
The Apple app sucks. I stopped Apple Podcasts years ago. That used to be where I listened to everything, and then it went to Spotify. Spotify Premium. I love curating my pods. Anytime something new posts, it goes in a playlist. Love that. I haven't touched it in like 2 years though, so I have like thousands of podcasts just hanging out there, and I'm not going back to listen to these things, right?
Yeah, I would love for you to go back and listen to some random podcasts from like 2 years ago.
I've done it before. But it like is because I'm like looking to pull a specific quote from something.
Mm-hmm.
And I like, oddly enough, I love going back and listening to basketball pods from years ago just to see like how dead wrong people were about like certain players or about the playoffs. Like listening in a nutshell to the emergency reaction pod from The Ringer when Kristaps Porzingis got traded from the Knicks to the Mavericks is still one of the single funniest fucking things I've ever listened to in real time. So I go back if I need to laugh, and I just think about where I was at that moment, sitting at my desk on a call with a customer, and I busted out laughing because they got a Mavs super fan on there, and they got 2 lifelong Knicks fans to react. And the Knicks fans were just in shambles. They're like, "We've traded our star player. What are we even doing? What are we even doing?" And how happy Dallas fans were. And now it's pretty much just a draw. Yeah. Like, nobody really won. But I'm not going to deter us with NBA talk. Just, for those of you who discovered us this year and went back and listened to it, we have gotten mail saying that you went back and listened to all of the old episodes. Thank you for being with us through those rough first few months when we were really still trying to find our footing. I think this last year we have just really kind of come into it, figured out what exactly we want the show to be, and we say it all the time, this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
This is the beginning. 2022 is going to be bigger and better. We're hoping to get some new guests for you this year. This has been a bit of a rough year, but now, Corey going through a career transition, me going through a lot of personal life changes as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we will be able to line some cool things up for you guys.
Yeah.
We did not bring it up on our last episode. It was not set in concrete just yet. But I actually did podcast last week. I was a guest a show, The Destiny Show, talking about
Destiny Show.
Oh, The Destiny Show. That is literally what it's called on Spotify. I don't know if the episode's posted to Spotify. I think it may just be on Twitch for now. I think they upload like every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But myself and one of the subjects of one of the recent Bungie bounties. He's a voice actor and a really fun guy with a great Twitch community, Anubis. We were on there talking all things. We're talking Destiny, talked some Halo Infinite, broke down all the Game Awards categories. It was a great Thanksgiving feast of an episode. I say that because it's like almost 3 hours long. It's really long.
It's not this. But, it's not a swift 75 minutes we do here. That was a beefy episode.
No. It was a Thanksgiving meal with some dessert on top.
And
there was
seconds,
some extra.
It sounds like.
I think we went back for some extra stuffing, honestly. But no, it was a great time. We didn't announce it ahead of time. Corey and I were literally, as we're doing the episode, we were trying to figure out the details with them since they normally record Thursday nights.
Yeah.
So we did a very special Monday night with them.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah, and they were going to try to hold off so I could join, but like I knew Anubis was going to be on, and I didn't want to like mess up anybody else's schedule, so I was just like, you know what, Josh, you go.
If I remember correctly, he lives in a different time zone, like a couple hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
So we were trying to coordinate with him.
Yeah.
It was just kind of pandemonium all around. One of their hosts had to drop. He was sick, had a really sore throat, and couldn't really talk. It was kind of chaotic, but turned out great. It was a good time. Love those guys over there.
Yeah. Josh,
Corey.
Now that you were a guest on that show, I wanna say that I have some show and tell items before we start with the TWAB, Josh.
Ooh, show and tell.
So not only last week, not only was it Thanksgiving, it was also my birthday. So I received some gifts, Josh. Okay.
It's your birthday, and it's also Hanukkah right now.
Yes, it is also Hanukkah. We are celebrating the Festival of Lights, as they say. Got this.
And first up, we have the Grimoire, Volume 4.
Volume 4, the Royal Will, as it's called.
This is mostly Awoken and Fallen based, I believe.
Yeah, there's some stuff about orcs in here as well, though. So,
okay.
It's cool.
Okay.
This is.
I know it definitely deals a lot with Mara. I have not been.
No, a lot of it is Mara and the Queen's. Gotcha. That kind of stuff. It's really cool. I highly recommend.
While we're talking about this book,
see,
ladies and gentlemen, if you want to read this, for when you listen to this, if you're listening to this within the first 3 days of it posting, you can still go download a free PDF file of this from Bungie's website.
Mm-hmm.
For the 14 days of Galar days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I have it digitally, and I'm going to be reading it this week.
Yeah. So there's a whole chapter called "The Taken Gift," and it's all about it's all about how Oryx captured the Taken, like the different races in the Taken,
Right.
And it's really cool. It's really
These books are really cool because they collect grimoire cards.
Mm-hmm.
They collect lore that we have in the game, but they also tell stories that maybe we don't have captured in those, that we've kind of been left to infer through grimoire cards or through lore pieces on items in D2. They usually also contain a few pieces of lore that have never been published anywhere else before.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of act as teasers for what's coming. The other thing I really like about them, and I mean, for me, this is the reason to own the books, the gorgeous, drop-dead gorgeous illustrations.
Yeah.
I would really like to blow like one or two of the pieces up from, I want to say it was the second grimoire book. There was one of, I believe it like Oryx was a shadow behind Crota, and there were guardians facing down Crota. That is a really cool art piece that I'd really like to blow up.
Yeah. It's so yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. I recommend these grimoire books. They're on sale on Amazon also for like $15 a lot of the time.
Yeah, they're almost always on sale on Amazon. That's where I buy mine from. I don't buy them from the Bungie store personally.
Yeah. Also, Josh,
what else did you get, Corey?
We got ye old Drifter statue to go with my Exo Stranger statue.
These stats really good. I'm really excited for the Cade 6 one.
I want the Cade 6 one so bad, and it's sold out everywhere. And it like
as soon as they always reopen them though, so as soon as it goes up for order on Amazon, I'm getting it.
Yeah, I mean it's temporarily out of stock on Amazon, but Eris wasn't even listed until after she was out, and I ended up getting it like right away. So
yeah,
the Drifter statue.
Drifter looks way better in person than he did in the mock-up.
Yeah, I mean him and Eris do, because I also got Eris. Eris looks awesome. Like the texture.
Eris looks very good. The face for Drifter still doesn't do it for me. I think the masked or robot characters, just with the sculpting method, look way better, because Elsie looks amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Elsie looks awesome. Eris looks awesome. Like, dude, the texture. There's even texture like on her robe here that just feels like it. You can feel the stitching on the robe, and like. Her gauntlets have like little bumps where her like the little spiky things are. Oh, and the orb, dude. It's beautiful, beautiful. I think honestly, like out of the three, I think Eris might be my favorite designed one.
I think Eris is my second. Well, I mean, if we're including Cade, I don't know. I think I still like Eris over Cade. Yeah. Cade, I would have preferred an action pose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think Elsie is probably still my favorite sculpt, mainly because they really nailed No Time to Explain on her back. It looks incredible.
Yeah, they nailed everything with these. Elsie is probably my favorite as well. I think that as they've progressed through the statues, like just the detail and stuff, it like, you know how I was a big collector of the Disney Infinity figures. And like
absolutely
at each series that would come out, they progressively got better in design, and this kind of has that same feeling where like the
amiibo have been very similar too.
Yeah, oh yeah, the amiibo, it's night and day since the beginning of those things. God, remember the Link P stand on the
I have Link? P stand Link sitting up on top of my desk right now with a lot of the original series. Then I have Joker and like Banjo-Kazooie right next to them. Like, god damn, these look so much better.
I know. I wish they would like remake them almost.
I have a show and tell item too.
Ooh, show and tell. God, this is a good week.
Show and tell. This is a very good week. This came last week, and I didn't really get a chance to talk about it when Halo launched, but I got the Halo Infinite Xbox Series X.
Ooh, beautiful.
And listen, the very, very nice box for those who are seeing this on video, who are not seeing this on video, I guess. But it's inside of a sleeve. For me, the real treasure is the tape still likes to stick to the sides of this. The real treasure for me is the box art. So we have Chief on the back.
Wow.
in kind of his pose,
Yeah.
holding a what looks to be a commando. And then on the other side, we have him with the assault rifle.
That's awesome.
This is the side that actually opens up. And on the side, there's a message from 343. We crafted this limited edition console to celebrate you, our fans. This monolith of power and performance serves as an expression of our gratitude to all who've inspired and joined us in exploring this spectacular universe. Halo Infinite is our grandest adventure yet, and we invite you to discover its mysteries with us. The 343 team. It's got that UNSC branding on the sides. It is a very, very cool box. This is some of the coolest packaging, I think, for a limited edition console I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's
of course, it came with the special Halo Infinite controller that you can only get with the console.
Of course.
And I mean, everything in it. I mean, there's UNSC logos inside the box, all the way down to the wrap that was around the console. It has the Halo 20th anniversary logo. There are things on the console. If you hold a black light up to it, there's like runes that will appear in Infinite that are on it if you hold a black light over it. And on the back, it has the 20 years of Halo logo as well on the back of the console.
It's so cool. I wish.
I'm extremely happy I was able to secure one.
Yeah, I wish I would have been able to get one. I just, between a new job and kids, like that dream is sailed at this point. But it's okay. It's okay.
Speaking of, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I get to play Halo next week, so it's not that terrible. And I also already have a Series X, so
I am still glad that I pulled the trigger on it. I was able to sell my Series X. Joe and I both got one. And we both sold out. He sold his other Series X. Somebody online. I sold A1 Johnny is now the proud owner of an Xbox Series X. Sold off my extra console to him.
Johnny.
Congratulations, Johnny. But speaking of loot, Corey, woo! We need to go to the TWAB.
We do.
We need to go to the TWAB, and we need to. Conspiracy is making a return for the first time in many months. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's put on those spin foil hats for a minute.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Because at about 5 a.m. Central this morning, the Steam database was updated with new images and a new description for the anniversary event. Now, I want to pull up these pictures to make sure that I am accurately representing what we got here.
Dude, the one you sent me today...
That is where we are going first. This is where Conspiracy Josh came out in full force.
God, dude, you were in it at full force today. Let me tell you.
I was in it full force. So, we're going to start with the description on Steam. Celebrate Bungie's 30th anniversary with a new dungeon, the Gallarhorn exotic rocket launcher, Thorn armor set, and an arsenal of weapons, gear, and cosmetics inspired by Bungie's past. 30th anniversary pack owners also gain access to additional reward chests in the free Dares of Eternity activity. We will talk about that momentarily. Grasp of Avarice. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but we're going to call it Grasp of Avarice until I'm corrected. Plunder the new 3-player dungeon inspired by the famed Cosmodrome loot caves of yore. Reveal its riches and regret as you follow an adventurer who traded his humanity for treasure. Treasure galore. The exotic Gallarhorn returns alongside new weapons, ornament sets, emotes, sparrows, ghost shells, and more. Pack your inventory with rewards that represent 30 years of Bungie, a legendary community, and a birthday party that can only happen Starside. Now, that all sounds great, okay? Because I'm always here. I'm here for things that make me look flashy in this game. We all know this. I have 100,000 Bright Dust saved up for this exact same reason. But the images that got posted along with this. So first we get one of the treasure room. Okay, we're gonna start with the treasure room. And this is similar to a concept art image that we were given back in August when this was announced. But if you zoom in on this, as I'm going through this, you can see in the middle right, I guess we're going to call it, You can see 5 guardians standing there. I assume the 6th is standing behind somebody. Standing in front of a treasure chest. Inside is a room filled with riches that I think only Callus could ever dream of. But there are multiple Leviathan-looking treasure chests throughout here, very ornate, and they have symbols above them. On the left-hand side, we have a chest piece and boots. Mm-hmm. As you inch towards the middle, you have a square with a circle in the middle. It looks very similar to a mod slot, but I don't think this is a mod. This may be class item. Mm-hmm. You have a ghost shell above one as we get towards the middle. You have what looks like a planet in the middle. Looks kind of like Mars, honestly. Mars or Jupiter. You have the symbol of a ship above one. In the back, you have what looks kind of like a tapestry. I think that may be class item now that I think about it.
Mm-hmm. It could be an emblem. Boots. Tapestry could be an emblem. Oh,
that's true. Emblems. We could have emblems, but I think one of these is an emote. I think one of these represents emotes. Mm. You have a ship, which I think I will take it to mean ships and sparrows. Mm-hmm. And, of course, you have hands for those pesky gauntlets that we all love. Throughout here, there are also some statues. You specifically can very clearly make out a Titan statue in the back, kind of overseeing the entire room.
Do you have a link to this you could send me, by the way?
You know what? I just so happen to have one.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me send this to you so we can look at this together. In fact, Corey, just go ahead and pull up this entire account. This is where I'm going to... Everything I'm pulling was compiled by Destiny News Plus on Twitter. Destiny News Com. They do a really good job at compressing things and sharing images as they appear. The second image that we're looking at kind of looks like the ice caves on Mars that we went to. We were fighting Zol and Nokris and those. Kind of reminds me of that. Looks like some of the scanning equipment that was there, and there's a lot of engrams on the ground. But the most intriguing one is the third image, which it shows the Guardians entering the treasure room. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what I am most excited for. You can see Zur standing there next to the treasure chest. I do believe that we are getting the story of Zur in this dungeon.
Yeah.
Spinfoil hat is on, ladies and gentlemen. Our foil theory of the night is that the adventurer they are talking about, I want to believe that Fenchurch is Zur.
You think so?
An adventurer who lost his way in pursuit of treasure. Fenchurch has never been heard from. Tess is waiting at Eververse for him to show up. What better way to confirm that he is Fenchurch than to bring us a sale in the Eververse? Disclaimer, I do know if that's actually happening, but considering literally everything else from the paste bin has been true at this point, I'm choosing to believe that we're getting an Eververse sale in December. But ladies and gentlemen, if you zoom in on these illustrious Guardians, you can see that one of them, the Titan on the far left, is wearing the streetwear set. You can see the Needler Pauldron.
Yeah.
On the back of the lead Titan on the left-hand side, middle left, well, top left, I guess, but he's the third from the left. He's wearing the orange armor. On his back, it looks like... And this is where I've had discussions with various people. At first, I thought it was a carbine. I freaked out. It's clearly a Covenant weapon, ladies and gentlemen. It looks to be either the beam rifle or the... oh, God, what was the one from Reach that fired like a trace rifle? I'm blanking right now.
I don't remember. I gotta look it up.
I'm doing it right now. We're good. I'm getting it. Halo Reach Info. It's a very old WordPress site. And then I thought it was it looks kind of reminds me of the plasma launcher or the repeater in a way, but it's not that. Focus rifle. The focus rifle is what it looks like. It was not brought to my attention that this looked like the focus rifle until A1 Johnny brought it up. I thought it was a carbine. He thought it was the beam rifle from the beginning. This does look almost exactly like the focus rifle, which... So he thinks that this could be he thinks this could be our first legendary trace rifle, and I'm inclined to agree with him. If it's not, it is almost certainly a legendary linear fusion rifle. And I believe it could be the first legendary LFR to not be in the heavy slot, if that is the case.
Yeah.
I'd be very excited for that.
Well, it depends on what's the weapon he's holding, though. Doesn't that tell you what slot that second one is in? Because if you hold the primary, the secondary's on your back.
Yeah,
if you hold the secondary, the heavy's on your back, right? Isn't that usually how it works?
I'm choosing to believe they're taking some artistic liberties here, and it's because of what the second weapon is that we see in here.
I know. God, I'm so excited.
The second weapon, it's the frame for Redrix's broadsword, but it is not Redrix. Ladies and gentlemen, it appears to be a battle rifle. But it looks like it is using the base Redrix model. It will probably fire very similar to how Redrix does. I don't know that it would have Desperado. It almost certainly has to have hip fire grip on it, though.
Yeah, that seems like
to truly be the battle rifle of old.
Oh my god. So excited.
This, for me, and Bungie was completely silent on this today. Community managers were not taking questions. They took some digs at Paul Tassi, who also went down into Spinfoil Theory land this morning alongside of us. And Damage's only reply was, did you update your article yet that we're going to give extra chests to everyone who bought the expansion? This is wild. This is wild that they allowed this to come. I think them just releasing the image of the treasure room would have sent us into a frenzy on its own. And it did. But it is definitely overshadowed by that third image.
Yeah.
When we zoomed in. Because, I mean, if you just look at it from a distance, you're like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. They're going into the throne room. Only the Destiny community would zoom in like this.
Yeah.
Okay?
Dude, that's clearly a battle rifle. Dude, that's so clearly a battle rifle. Right? Like, I mean, God. It's even got the square frame on top and, like, the long barrel. Oh, my God.
So... I want to read what Bungie has officially listed on their website as part of this. New dungeon in the Cosmodrome, exotic Gallarhorn and Catalyst, Myth Claymore Sword, legendary Destiny 1 weapons, Gallarwing Sparrow. I don't remember if we knew about Gallarwing or not. Thorn themed armor, Marathon themed armor, Bungie themed streetwear inspired armor, and more. I do believe that we know that we are getting, if you buy the pack, you are getting some emotes, you are getting a couple of ships, you're getting some free cosmetics just given to you for buying it. The Dares of Eternity, everybody can play. I would say that's probably where the Halo weapons are all going to come from, is from there, because I would think that is probably the limited time activity. Yeah. And those will be true. Get them now or you're never getting them. Weapons.
Yeah.
Because I would wager that for the Halo weapons in particular, the other weapons like the Myth stuff may come back. Marathon almost certainly will in the future. If there's anything from Oni, it probably could. The Halo stuff almost certainly will never come back. I don't see Microsoft being like, yeah, you can buy this whenever you want. But hey, maybe they will. I don't know, but I don't know if this is going to go away in 3 months, if this is going to go away in a year and 3 months. It feels like it almost certainly has to stick around until Lightfall, though, at this point.
Yeah, that kind of seems like, man, but I don't know, man.
I feel like I think that the reason they're showing us the battle rifle, and if that is the focus rifle, the needle rifle, whatever we want to call this right now, those I think will be in this activity. I think they showed us those very specifically because there are some other different weapons in there that we have not seen before either. You know, and I almost certainly one of them is holding an AS Luna. One of them is I think that sniper may be the model for 1,000-yard stare now. We do not, and this is a helpful reminder, we do not know what other legendary weapons are returning other than those two. They have not told us anything else. There was nothing in the... We will get to the TWAB, but there was nothing in the TWAB about that today. Damage and Cosmo are like, seriously, guys, we just want you to play the content and discover it on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads me to believe that there is a sizable amount of Halo stuff in here. Now, I do think that some of the Halo stuff may be locked behind the dungeon. Like, all right, we gave you a taste of it, but if you want the rest of this stuff, those are going to be the dungeon weapons.
Like an armor set, maybe. You think they would do a chief armor set?
I will put money, Corey, $5 in silver right now, that there is a dedicated armor set for each class.
Mm-hmm.
I do not think anybody is getting the Master Chief set, though. I do not think any class will be allowed to have Master Chief. Instead, we know from the description of the 30th anniversary pack on the digital storefronts that every player is receiving, if you buy the anniversary pack, you are receiving not an exotic, you are receiving a helmet universal ornament. I firmly believe that is Master Chief's helmet. There is no way they are going to lock that to like just Titans. And you can't give Chief armor to all three classes. You have to be able to differentiate what class is which.
Yeah. Or conspiracy theory. It's a terrible one, but
Join me. Put on your spin foil hat, Corey.
What if they, like, the Warlock is Poncho Chief from the reveal?
Ooh. So here's my problem. Here's my problem with Poncho Chief, though. Poncho Chief is a 343 creation. I think they want to pull purely from the Bungie creations. So you have from CE through Reach. What I'm thinking is, okay, and this is where my thinking kind of was falling even before the paste bin. When I was like, well, if there really is going to be a 30th anniversary pack, so we'd heard of the rumors about this back in April, that there was a 30th anniversary celebration on the way. And Halo would be involved to some degree. That's when the Magnum rumors started.
Yeah.
Give me ODST armor for the Hunters, because had you not already given us Emil's helmet last year, that would have been the perfect set for Hunters.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think, since that's such a huge focal point of the Reach, or of the Infinite Battle Pass, that is the reward basically for getting the level 99 is Emil's armor. I don't think that 343 and Microsoft really wanted to let that come into the game.
Yeah.
So I think Buck's ODST armor is probably the solution there. I think for Titans, give them George's armor from Reach. Give them George or Carter.
I would take Carter's over George's. I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like George is too bulky, but also a lot of Titans are bulky, so I guess that would make sense. And a lot of people like George, too.
For me, the Arbiter was, or not the Arbiter, God, the Warlock, I already gave away, my spoiler alert, the Warlock was always going to be the hardest.
Yeah.
Always was going to be the hardest. Because they don't wear actual battle armor most of the time. There is always some element of, like, a dress, so to speak. A dress or a trench coat or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I had not thought about this. This had vexed me, and I am stealing this from the, quote, leak, Arbiter-inspired armor.
That would be cool.
Now, that is something where they would probably have to dip into what 343 has done with his design in Halo 5 and in the
Halo 2 anniversary
bookend cutscenes for Master Chief Collection.
Mm-hmm.
I would think they would need to probably pull from that, but they could also just pass it off as, we took inspiration from the old Elite Honor Guards.
Yeah. Or they could say
that flowing material too.
I mean, they could have also it could also be like concept art that they didn't use also, right? I mean, and then
exactly.
And then 343 turn around and use it.
More excited. Oh god, dude, if they hadn't just put the original Orion armor into Master Chief Collection, I would be like, God, give me that as the Hunter armor. How great would that be?
It still could be, right?
That is a Bungie creation. It could happen.
Yeah. Man.
But this is the greatest. Again, I have long since forgotten the exact details of what is in the paste bin and in the notepad. For good reasons, there were a lot of story spoilers in there for Witch Queen, which, thank God, my brain has just been overloaded the last couple months, and I've forgotten information like that. The things that I am hoping to see on Tuesday, and guys, it's a really quick turnaround, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. The only other exotic that I want in this game, we know we're getting Galahorn. I feel like you have to make a Halo weapon an exotic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the Halo 1 pistol.
You think?
That is the most iconic weapon from Halo, is the Halo 1 pistol.
Yeah.
Like, so I would say the Halo 1 pistol, the battle rifle.
What if they did like a legendary for each archetype, like the auto rifle would be.
See, now I think they may introduce something like universal ornaments, but you can slap it on any legendary of that archetype.
Yeah.
So like I would love an assault rifle skin for all auto rifles.
Yeah.
I think that could be something that we're in for. But I do think that a couple of them will be brought in specifically as weapons. I at one point thought, oh, the rocket launcher. I don't think the rocket launcher anymore, purely because we're getting Gallarhorn, which is the same reason I've soured on the energy sword.
Yeah.
I would love the energy sword, but if you don't have the sword lunge, people are going to get mad, right?
No, I don't think so, though. I think they would just like to see it. So. I don't think so.
This is the
unless it's an exotic, unless it's an exotic, and you set it up the way that Lament is set up, where you you have to I don't know, not
so okay, that would be cool. Like you hold down the trigger for a second and like for a second and a half, and then it lunges.
Yeah,
that could be cool.
It won't feel the same as Halo, but it'll at least be in there, and I think people would appreciate that extra step.
I would appreciate that extra step. I do think the energy sword is probably the hardest thing to bring over. The hammer, I feel like you already have the animations there because of the Titan Super.
Well, that, and then like the axe animation from Rise of Iron also.
Yeah, the axe animation. This opens the door to give me the fucking Hammer of Proving as an exotic in Witch Queen also, which I've been campaigning for all year long.
Yeah.
I think the obvious choice is if you did 6 weapons from Halo to bring over, and I'm not going to say like, oh, legendary or exotic. I think you're going to get 1 exotic and you're going to get 6 legendaries. I think that's probably the avenue to go. For me, the Halo 1 pistol that's the exotic.
Mm-hmm.
That's the exotic for me.
Mm-hmm.
Cannon, Bungie never misses an opportunity for an exotic hand cannon. We all know this. They'll do it.
They'll put 2 in there. They'll put 2 in there just.
Oh yeah! Don't tempt them. They'll put 2 in. You like Thorn? Here's Thorn again, just for the hell of it.
I mean, they could almost do like the plasma pistol too, if you want to throw in a second. No, I'm just saying, like, you could technically, if they wanted to do 2 exotics to really hammer it home, that they really like their exotic hand cannons.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I do think you may get another exotic, and I'll get to that in just a second. I do think, because they want stuff from all over Bungie's history to be a part of the dungeon, so I'm like, okay, I feel like 6 legendaries is a good compromise. Maybe you have 2 more, like 1 from Oni and 1 from Marathon or something.
I think there's gonna be a marathon weapon in there as for something.
There has to be.
I mean, they have that armor, right? I mean, they showed that key art that was like, I think it was the Titan holding the Gallarhorn.
No, that's the Hunter. That's the Hunter set.
Oh, is it? I thought it was the Titan set.
I'm 99% certain if that is the Hunter set, I'm buying it the second I log in.
Dude, I've already.
Here you go, $15. We know we're getting the Claymore sword. We're getting a Myth Claymore sword. I don't think you're getting anything more from Myth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
okay? I think that's going to be it for that. Maybe you'll get like an emote or something. There's almost certainly going to be an emblem. I see an emblem for every game, and I think that's part of why there's probably an emblem slot in the chests.
Mm-hmm.
As the chance to get an emblem you don't already have, incentivize you running the activity 1.5 million times. And with them specifically saying that we will get extra cosmetic chests for buying the content makes me believe that there are a ton of cosmetics to get in this expansion. This is the first piece of content I will run on all characters until I get the Thorn armor on everything. I want as many chances at the chests as possible every single week. I assume you get like an extra chest or 2 a week for cosmetics.
Yeah.
I want all the chances. I want all the chances.
Yeah.
But if you're going back to these weapons, the Halo weapons, automatically, if the hand cannon's there, it's an exotic. It's an exotic.
Yep.
They're going to want a fixed roll on it. They're going to want to be able to control that thing's power.
Yeah.
We can assume the battle rifle and some type of carbine or beam weapon are 2 of these. So that leaves us with...
If you want something to be like emulate the pulse rifle, it's going to be the battle rifle. If you want something to emulate a scout rifle, it's going to be the carbine.
So I'm going to get nutty here with the assault rifle, with not the assault rifles, with auto rifles. I do not think we're going to get the assault rifle. from Halo.
Man, that's like so iconic though. Like,
I know it's iconic, but hear me out. I think that's a cosmetic. I think it's going to be a cosmetic, and here's the weapon I think it's going to be the cosmetic on. I think the plasma rifle is the default. I think that's the auto rifle. The plasma rifle is arguably as iconic.
Yeah,
and
I guess
the plasma rifle also has the added benefit of not being in the 343 games as the plasma rifle anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, no, I take that back.
No, it's in Halo 4.
No, it's not. It's the storm rifle. It's not the classic plasma rifle.
Oh, you're right.
Classic plasma rifle was last seen in Reach. The brute plasma rifle is back in Infinite.
Man. You're right.
I think the Halo sniper is one.
Yeah. Dude, the Halo sniper has to be one, right? Like it.
That's my other pick for an exotic is the Halo sniper as a heavy sniper.
It's got to be, right? Like I feel like
especially with the buffs coming to exotic snipers, I feel like that's the ticket right there.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I think it's pretty much guaranteed that'll be a skin for Darcy at the very least. Beyond that, if you had 2 more slots, I don't know what you do. I think you have viable choices with the energy sword. I think there's a chance that they do the brute shot as a breech-loaded grenade launcher.
Yeah.
The
shotgun.
So here's where I fall on the shotgun. I haven't played Marathon in like 10, 15 years. Was the shotgun not a big weapon in Marathon also?
It was. I wonder.
I think that's your Marathon weapon.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the shotgun is the weapon.
Yeah, I guess the shotgun is always iconic in Halo, but the design of the shotgun changes in every game.
Yeah.
So
after the first one, it stopped being so unique looking, I think.
Yeah.
So I went back and replayed the Maw in CE last night, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The gun slaps, but it doesn't retain that iconic look. I do not think you're getting any multiplayer maps as part of this. I do think part of the Dares of Eternity, it will take you to Blood Gulch. I do think we're setting foot on Blood Gulch.
Yeah.
100%. I feel like if you don't do that, that is something 343 has not touched, aside from putting it in Master Chief Collection, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
They have never brought it to 4. They didn't bring it to 5. They didn't bring it to Infinite yet. I feel like Blood Gulch is a relic of times long past, and that kind of perfectly fits with Bungie's theory of, hey, we want to celebrate our entire history. You can't celebrate the history of Bungie without Blood Gulch.
Mm-hmm.
That is the one destination, because I think we're going to jump through portals, a la Prophecy. And I think Blood Gulch is probably the obvious Halo destination.
Mm-hmm.
I do think there's going to be an emphasis on Halo, and that's why this mode, the 6-player activity, may only be around for a few months.
Yeah.
But this is almost certainly the final marketing push for Infinite, which comes out 24 hours later.
Yeah.
And there's such an overlap in the audiences. I mean, me and Joe have already been talking about, okay, so we got to hit the anniversary content super hard on day one. We got to clear the dungeon. We got to do the activity as many times as we can. We got to buy all the cosmetics, and then we got to drop it all as soon as Halo Infinite comes out, because we're hitting the campaign as hard as we can too.
Yeah.
And then somehow produce a show within 48 hours of those things happening.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I already have a 4-pack of Red Bull ready to go for next week.
Yeah, see, you're fine.
So,
you'll be fine.
I want to make sure there's nothing else that we got leaked out on here, and then we're going to move on to the TWAB, because we do actually have a good chunk of TWAB stuff to talk about today.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend it all on conspiracy theories. Most of this, we're going to know if this is real or not by Tuesday morning, as soon as that API updates. There was a lot of emphasis put on the horse also that was in the room. Bungie themselves tweeted out an image later on with it, which was really cool. And it's in front of a wheel with Xur, and the wheel has the symbols for Hive, Fallen, Taken, Cabal, and Vex. So presumably that will determine That's probably the entry room. It looks kind of like the Realm of the Nine from Prophecy. That'll probably determine what you fight in the dungeon. So there's almost certainly going to be a triumph for doing all 5 variations.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I really like that. There is a hidden video on the Destiny 2 YouTube channel. I was really hoping we would get a trailer today. We did not. They have a habit of doing these on Fridays. Maybe we get it on Friday. Maybe they wait until the servers go offline on Tuesday to drop it. I don't know. But it's clearly there. It's ready to go. It doesn't say when it's going to premiere, but it is a hidden video.
I hate that. Ugh. I
love it because it's tantalizing, but I hate it because I want to know right now. I'm impatient.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears over to the TWAB. The TWAB is coming at the end of the episode for once.
Yeah, for once.
For once, but that do not let that fool you into thinking this TWAB is small. We just covered everything that's not touched on in the TWAB. The only mention they gave us to the 30th anniversary is, hey, it's happening on Tuesday. We'll see you there. There is the 3rd annual Game to Give charity event for the Bungie Foundation is going on right now. If you donate money, you can get a special exotic ship, and there is a special 2-player emote. I actually really love this emote. I get a $25 donation gets you the emote, $50 gets you the ship. Those are really cool. Of course, we love the Bungie Foundation. Trials Lab freelance, that's going to come up here pretty soon before the end of the year. They are taking the same amount of break from TWABs that we are. December 16th is the last TWAB for the year, and that coincidentally will be our episode of the year.
Yeah.
Aside from, maybe a bonus episode if y'all are really nice to us.
Leave us that 5-star review, and maybe you'll get a bonus episode.
Yeah. 5-star reviews may get you Spartan Slayers. And maybe that long-awaited Savathun lore I've been promising you, but I've been very busy with personal things. They are going to do an additional capture zone and freelance in February before Witch Queen. They're clearly tuning up trials for the final burst. I personally will be jumping in the first weekend of the anniversary event into trials. I'll be jumping in that, and probably the second weekend, starting on the 17th, to play, see what some of the changes are like. With a bigger player pool back, maybe this is an opportunity. Maybe we can rotate some weapons in. But the two meaty things that we have here are third-party apps and Moments of Triumph. So we're going to have Moments of Triumph first. Moments of Triumph are going to go live Tuesday morning with the anniversary event, which I still think this probably should have been dropped back in November if you wanted to keep players consistent. But I think even Bungie themselves wanted a break after Festival of the Lost.
Yeah.
So I want to read exactly what it is here, because they've kind of changed up Moments of Triumph a little bit. This year, we hope Moments of Triumph will be the perfect complement to the 30th anniversary. Between your dungeon runs or your adventures in Dares of Eternity, we have a collection of rewards for you to earn in-game, showing dedication over the last year. Of course, if you complete all the required triumphs and collect all the rewards, you will unlock the seal and title. We'd like to pass the mic to the dev team to explain some of the inspirations behind this year's design. Not only are we celebrating your incredible achievements across the solar system and dimensions this past year, we get to celebrate a triumph of our own, the 30th anniversary. One might argue that's twice as much celebration as last year, and you know what? You'd be right. We've channeled this celebratory spirit into this year's Moments of Triumph crest in a few fun ways we thought were worth sharing. 3 swords rest in the top right-hand corner in honor of our 30th anniversary, each a decade of doing what we love and being inspired by you. Flowers spring to life across the chest, honoring heroes lost, embracing chains, and symbolizing growth across seasons. The Guardian ship lifts off towards new adventure in the lower left corner, beyond the unforgiving cold of Europa to explore the stars once more. There are other secrets to uncover, of course, but we will leave that to you. We get a preview of the loot, of course. You get a glimpse of what the Moments of Triumph emblem looks like. At least one of the emblems. I don't know if we're getting multiple this year. We usually do. Probably my favorite base Moments Triumph emblem that we've ever gotten. I really like the design of this one. It is meant to celebrate the 30th anniversary. It's got the sword. It's kind of got the similar to like the crown of weeds. Not weeds. God, I don't know what I'm saying. Crown of ferns that the Romans used to wear. Of course, you need to get the Roman numerals for 2021 on there. And a very sleek-looking Sparrow. Sparrow and Ghost here.
Mm-hmm.
But what excites me the most, Corey?
This is the next image.
I really love this next image. As you all know, I am a sucker for buying physical things from the Bungie store, and specifically from Bungie Rewards.
That's
I
not true.
may or may not have like 5 things to ship. Oh, I've been waiting since April for something to ship. So, and it's a Christmas present, so it needs to ship real soon. If you are looking to show your Guardian prowess in the real world, we have a new round of Bungie Rewards for you to unlock and purchase. With our yearly t-shirt offering, we also have the Moments of Triumph seal pin for your jackets, pin boards, or wherever you may stick things on. And there's one last Bungie reward that could be unlocked, taking the form of a coin you may remember from years past. And it is clearly a strange coin replica sitting in a nice felt box. I will do whatever I have to earn this fucking coin. I'm pretty sure this is what you're going to be able to earn if you do all 5 variations of that activity. And get Gallarhorn. I think that's probably what you're going to have to do in order to get this.
Mm-hmm.
Because they made it pretty clear, like, Moments of Triumph is going to be intertwined with anniversary events also, which kind of solves the question of, well, what are you going to do? Because half the stuff we used to do for them, we can't anymore. So, probably going to have to complete the raids. Okay, check, done those. And then, do we have anything on Moments of Triumph? It's kind of straightforward. We don't know the nitty-gritty of it. We're going to go into Moments of Triumph probably next week with the anniversary stuff.
Yeah.
Or the week after, depending on how packed the show actually is.
Yeah.
And how much screaming we're doing about Gallarhorn.
Yeah.
Okay. Armor mods update.
Ooh.
The team has been working on a change many of you have been asking about for a while. Have you ever been tinkering with your armor mods and thinking, well, this is taking quite a bit of process? Starting on December 7th, this is no longer an issue. Starting on December 7th, you can swap out your armor mods instantaneously at any time with no glimmer or currency required.
Ooh.
The goal of the team is to better enable build crafting on the fly, whether you be loading into a PvP match or prepping for a nightfall. We also seize this opportunity to make free and reversible socket actions available to all third-party Destiny 2 apps starting on December 7th. So in addition to equipping gear and transferring items to and from the vault, your favorite D2 apps, including DIM, will be available to apply Armor 2.0 mods, weapon perks, shaders, ornaments, and ghost projections on your behalf. This may not be a solution to every buildcraft feedback item, and it's a step forward as the team looks to dialing in build crafting and loadout opportunities for D2 in the future. We will also be looking at artifact mod resets and costs in the future, but general armor mod swapping is a great first step. I love it. I love this.
Yeah, it sounds
This
awesome.
is something... The glimmer cost definitely affects me. I can't tell you how many times we've been derailed from starting a nightfall or a raid or even trials because we got to go get somebody more glimmer at Spider. It's
glimmer.
absolutely mind-boggling. And, better enjoy those trips while you can because he's about to disappear.
Yeah. You think there's going to be another vendor that's going to allow you to do that? Did they say anything about that yet? I don't remember. I feel like we talked.
There will be somebody. There's somebody in the tower.
Yeah. Okay. I remember talking about that over when we were talking about Forsaken getting sunsetted, but I forget if we.
In before they reduce Mithrax to being Spider's lackey in the tower.
Right.
I'd be so upset. I really wanted to be one of the Fallen that was like questioning Spider's leadership and was like plotting to figure out how to escape. I really want like just some random dreg to be in the tower, like holding a small one, and like they're just like hucking this stuff because they need to feed their family. Like, let me create the whole backstory here, Bungie, okay? It'd be great. It'd be great. But this is huge news for DIM in particular. For DIM and for so many of these other communities that have sprung up and third-party ADIs that really, really rely on that. I know a lot of my friends like to use DIM. I'm personally not into crafting specific loadouts for Destiny because for me it's very much an activity case-by-case basis. I don't swap out my mods a ton, which I know is like easy. But pretty much if it's on my end game, like I'm using the same stuff for my end game. But with Subclass 3.0 coming, I probably will tinker with this a bit more.
Yeah.
I also don't sit at my desk when I play. I'm sitting in a comfy recliner. I do not have a room to put my laptop up, and I don't want to be looking over at it. like every 30 minutes going, oh, hang on, I got to switch my stuff out. It's like, no, well, I'll just use my phone to transfer it. That'll work a little bit better for me. I'll just transfer it and I'll take like 30 seconds to set my mods up. I'm good.
That's fair.
But big news. I think a lot of PC players are really thankful for this. Streamers are really thankful for this. So they don't have to stop and pull their phone out on stream. Like they can just tab over. Boom. I want this is my Trials of Osiris slowdown based on what's meta right now. Boom. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
This is what I need for Deep Stone because I need to have Lament with me for that second encounter. Boom. It's going to be in my inventory. Starting out with my Xenophage for the first room. Things like that. Really like that. There's a special emblem they've given to those sites that have created these tools that we like so much. Really, really, really liking it. Our final thing that we have is the upcoming patch note preview. It's the final patch note preview of the year. And this is probably the last big patch until the Witch Queen, they say. So there's a lot of sensitivity changes relating to explosions, headshots, projectiles, a couple specific boss fights, and finisher intensity. Encourage you to go look at this. Leon, who just got hired as the one of the new community managers, she has epilepsy, and it is triggered by obviously by photosensitivity and by flashing lights. She said before she even got hired at Bungie, she had been talking with them about this after her experience playing Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
And she's worked with a couple of big companies now, like, you know, okay, you should do this to better make games accessible for epileptic players. It may be a small portion of your player base, but that's literally a life-threatening issue for us, is what she said. Because I believe when she was reviewing Cyberpunk, that actually ended her in the hospital. So I'm really glad that's another step forward, I think, in Bungie's inclusiveness crusade. Crusade's probably the wrong word. Endeavor is probably a better word. But I feel like they're one of the companies that, like, really, when we say we're going to do something, we're going to follow through on it. We care more about people than we do about, you know, a game. Like, because at the end of the day, this is just a game. But these are issues that affect real people. So, like seeing that. Blindwell, Dreaming City weapons will drop more frequently upon Blindwell completions. The big in here is exotic ornaments, previews, and purchases. Starting on Tuesday, we'll be adding a new avenue for players to discover and acquire exotic ornaments. While players may still hop into the Eververse to purchase exotic ornaments, they will also be visible and purchasable when inspecting a given exotic weapon or armor piece. For an example, Le Monarch will be receiving a sweet new ornament in the 30th anniversary release thanks to a recent community poll. When booting up Destiny 2, you can inspect your beautiful bow, tab down to the ornaments section, and purchase the ornament straight from the weapon itself. For armor pieces, this will be done by either inspecting the armor itself or through the appearance screen. Featured ornaments will be able to be purchased with silver, but if the ornament is available for Bright Dust on a given week, it will be available for Bright Dust on the inspection screen. I think this also helps because you can see all the ornaments at a given time. I don't have to go specifically to the ornaments page and then hope I remember what gun it's for. Or, like, hover over it until it decides to load on my screen. Like, I kind of really like the idea of being able to purchase these at any time for silver also. Because there's some that have not been back in the rotation in, like, 2 or 3 years, and that's not an exaggeration.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. There was a note specifically about this, and I want to find it real quick. I want to say they responded to it on Reddit. There was going to be a limitation of it right off the bat, and I want to make sure that we note that here for everyone. Oh, God, Reddit takes forever to load. I hate this.
Reddit. What are you doing?
I hate Reddit sometimes, man.
Sometimes.
Okay, here's the note I was looking for. At this time, only ornaments featured in the Eververse will be visible on weapons. We have many ornaments in the archive section, but still need to get some in there. Don't have any additional info, but hope to provide updates when we can. So this is the first step, okay? Because the specific question was about Outbreaks, Pandemic, and Patient Zero ornaments. Because they haven't been available in like 2 years to purchase. When I say things haven't been back, those haven't been back, and they've never gone into the Bright Ingram pool, as far as I'm aware. So I will patiently wait for some things to come back, but I do hope that means that if it's in the archive, it's purchasable. And I hope that this gets them into a regular cadence of, hey, let's release more things for Bright Dust, right? If you're going to make it accessible from right within my Guardian, please let me use Bright Dust more often. I would actually spend my Bright Dust if I could do that. Instead of hoarding it like the oil boom is about to end, And while we're on the subject of things from Reddit, just because I want to close out all these tabs, there was a question about, will seasonal Bright Dust challenges be getting a refresh? And Damage goes, seasonal challenges will not be refreshed, but we will be providing a way to get freebie Bright Dust every week. Stay tuned. I assume there is a blog post going up on Tuesday as soon as the servers are taken offline for us to get prepped up for this and for Moments of Triumph and to start revealing some of the stuff that will be in there for us to discover. It's going to be a way for that. I don't know for certain if this is when they're going to do the refresh on how many transmog ornaments you can have or how many transmog bucks you can get, but I would assume this is a logical place for that to happen, even though it's not addressed here. Because this is halfway through the season now. This is the logical place for me. If I'm in charge of this, but who knows? Let me get back to my tab. There's a lot of general strike fixes for the corrupted here. To reduce the overall length of the strike and make it less painful after hard wipes in the elevator encounter, we have removed the taken combatants in the Dark Ascendant Plane hallway leading up to the elevator. So that's kind of nice. No more getting the shit beat out of you by all the phalanxes with the taking gunk on the ground. If a fire team hard wipes during the final phase of the boss fight in the Ascendant Plane, when they respawn, the portal to the Ascendant Plane will take them straight to Phase 2 instead of making them replay the platforming section between Phase 1 and 2.
Nice.
When a fire team arrives at the platforming area before the boss fight in the Adytum, any fire team members or ghosts left behind in earlier parts of the strike will now be teleported forward. When players begin the elevator encounter, any straggling players or their ghosts will be pulled forward to join their fire team. Fixed an issue where Setia's shield would regenerate faster than expected on Nightfall difficulties, where shields now regenerate based on health threshold in Nightfalls, just like they do in Direct Launch or the Vanguard playlist. The portal, this is my favorite note. The portal to the Ascendant Realm after Phase 1 of the boss fight should now reliably place players facing the correct direction. I can't tell you how many times I have almost run off the cliff because of that. Fixed an issue that was preventing combatants from walking to part of the right side area during the first half of the boss fight. Scion should now spread out a little more on that right platform. Acolyte running and immediately falling to its death during the floating platform area before the boss fight. The relic would despawn and never respawn during the boss phase. Had that happen a couple times. Fixed the cosmetic issue where the relic spawners during the boss fight would spin before the relic was spawned. And then we have two final ones. Wait, what about the Dune Marchers? Ooh. A few weeks back, we let players know a few issues with Dune Marchers would be addressed in the upcoming patch. The goal is to remove instances of players being double-chained by lightning created by those exotic legs upon a successful Titan Punch. Please note it will still be possible to die in chain lightning with no health. If you've taken damage from a different opponent or been hit by some AoE damage from a well-placed ballistic slam, you may still fall victim to the Dunes. Once a player is hit by Dune Marchers' lightning chain, they cannot be hit again by Dune Marchers for 2 seconds. Dune Marcher's lightning now only chains on targets that are alive. I cannot tell you how many times I got chained through the walls. I hate Dune Marchers. One of my least favorite exotics ever. It's up there with One-Eyed Mask.
I love Dune Marchers. I wear them all the time.
And broken-ass Shards of Galnor. It's up there with those. So hopefully they'll be just as useless as Shards now. And Icefall Mantle. Stasis Overshield can now be canceled by pressing the class ability input once more. Next Tuesday, we'll have the full list of patch notes available for your reading pleasure. Our goal is to get the article out a bit earlier in the morning so our sandbox-focused players can get some eyes on more details for upcoming ability changes. Expect timers for grenades, melee, and other abilities that were not covered in our previous TWABs. And then there are some quick cross-play notes of text chat. It will be display only starting on December 7th, and with the launch of Witch Queen, USB keyboard text chat will arrive for consoles. I am actually fairly excited for that because I know a lot of people rely on that if they play with Steam players. It's easier than trying to get everybody into a Discord or into an Xbox Live party. I think it'll really help those PlayStation and PC players communicate.
Yeah.
Because at least those with some PC, I mean, it's not ideal, but you can still do an Xbox Live party.
Yeah.
You can't really do that, obviously, PS4, PS5, and PC.
Right.
So there is a Twitch bounty emblem. We'd like to announce a new emblem coming online for the Destiny 2 Twitch extension. For those that may not be aware, we offer rewards for players who engage with Destiny 2 streams on Twitch. During Trials weekends, players can react to matches to earn some Trials rep and in-game currencies. We also offer a unique emblem for players who gift 2 subscriptions on Twitch channels using Destiny 2 Twitch extension. Starting on December 16th, players who complete the gift subscription bounty will unlock a fresh emblem. I don't even know how to pronounce that. We highly recommend visiting your favorite stream on December 16th and showing some love to their community with a holiday season gift sub. This is very Windows 95-esque, and I love it.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely going to equip this when I get it. It is the dumbest looking thing, but I'm so excited for it.
It's so funny looking, dude.
And the final notes here, of course, Forsaken Ciphers. This is an upcoming known issues. Forsaken Ciphers do not appear in a player's loot stream if a player already owns Forsaken. The ciphers can be picked up from the Forsaken section of Monument to Lost Light's exotic archive in the tower. They will end up in a player's consumables inventory, but if the inventory is full, they may go to the Postmaster. Players should pick these up immediately so that they don't get pushed out of the Postmaster. And then Moments of Triumph. One Triumph decision states that one sector on Master difficulty needs to be completed, but there are 4 that need to be completed. I assume this is not solo, and you can do these with a group if you are annoyed like me of having to do these on Master difficulty and not just on Legend. And the final note, of course, Destiny 2 is leaving Game Pass on December 8th, so go ahead and get those expansions if you don't already own. If you do not own Shadowkeep or
they're all on sale too. By the way,
they're on like 60% off.
Yeah.
So you've got a couple more days to grab them. You can also use your Game Pass discount on top of that.
Yeah.
I, for one, will be buying silver on Tuesday to get 10% off for the last time.
Yeah, I will also be buying silver on Tuesday.
I'm very upset that they make notice of this. Once Destiny leaves Game Pass, you will lose access to expansion quests and campaigns, stasis subclass, the middle tree supers for each subclass. But the purchase of any major expansion will unlock these subclass supers. The 10% off perk for silver purchases and other game add-ons.
Lame.
I'm very upset that my silver discount is going away.
I know.
It's a couple bucks, but it's been nice.
You can wait if it's staying on Game Pass for PC. Can you buy the silver through the PC store?
But I think silver is still account. I think that it's platform based. I don't think it's account based.
But if it's on Xbox Game Pass, doesn't that still technically count as Xbox?
No, because you're playing it on PC. You're using the Windows Store version of it. Then I think that counts as a different platform altogether.
You're breaking all the theories I have to keep your discount, Josh.
I know. I'm not happy about it either. I'm very upset. I'm mainly upset that it's leaving cloud gaming. Okay,
I know
we went over this.
That's like the main thing.
I'm still upset about it.
That's the main thing. Is like I'm upset it's leaving cloud gaming because I play Destiny on my laptop or my phone.
Going on vacation.
Yeah.
Taking an afternoon and just, pop my laptop or with my iPad, taking a real controller, playing some Dares of Eternity, maybe getting some quick PvP in.
Yeah.
Or doing some strikes, playing with some new sandbox builds. Nope. And I leave town 2 weeks after this comes out, so I can't do that. I can, however, play Halo Infinite on vacation, so I'll probably be doing that.
Yeah. You can do that.
And the final note here at the bottom. Thanks for reading through another weekly installment of the TWAB. Keep the intro short and sweet, as we've already talked so much over the last few TWABs already. It's tempting to add another 3,000 words to this draft in an attempt to ship another TWAB behemoth before launch. We still have a few things to tie down before the launch. 30 years of Bungie have led us here. Thank you for playing. Thank you for being an amazing community. We'll see you bright and early on Tuesday, and we can't wait to see your reactions. This makes me think there are so many things we don't know about yet. If they pull a fast one and we get a fucking Halo map in multiplayer, Corey, I might just lose it.
It's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be Blood Gulch. I bet it's Beaver Creek, or Hang 'em High.
Lockout.
Yeah, I mean, Lockout's awesome. I love Lockout, but it's not.
I'll make a compromise with you. I want Zanzibar.
Okay, that's fair.
I want Zanzibar.
Can we just get?
I think Zanzibar would work great for 3v3 or 6-on-6, but it may be a little bit too big. Mm-hmm. I feel like Beaver Creek is the one you want to go with, but it may be too simple by Destiny standards now.
Yeah, but it's still cool. You know, like
it's still cool.
I mean, man, Lockout would be cool though.
I do not think we are getting a multiplayer map. I want to be really clear about that. I want to be upfront about it right now. I do not think we are getting a multiplayer map, at least playable as a multiplayer map. We may go there as part of Dares of Eternity, but I do not think we're doing that. I think that's because that would be taking a direct game asset away from what 343 and Microsoft technically own, and not Bungie. And I think that's why Blood Gulch, I think, will be allowed to be used, because Blood Gulch was in fucking Fortnite. If it's in Fortnite, it can come to Destiny.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say is you're really going to say Fortnite can use it, but the guys who made it can't use it? Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me board a Scarab also while we're at it. I'd love to have to jump on a Scarab during all this. I don't know. There's you could do here. Like,
do you think there's going to be...
I expect to have a Banshee.
Do you think there's going to be just a cutscene to open this where, like, you don't think that the Visitor is going to be Master Chief?
No, I don't think it's Master Chief, because it says it's somebody who lost his humanity in pursuit of treasure, and that's not Master Chief.
Well, I feel like Master Chief would do anything for Cortana, and that's his treasure.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a possibility. What if it's Guilty Spark? Guilty Spark, I want to be really clear.
And he's the ghost shell you get from the dungeon.
Guilty Spark is almost guaranteed to be a ghost shell. That is probably the safest bet of anything we've talked about. Guilty Spark as a ghost shell, a pelican and a banshee as ships, and some sort of like mini warthog as a Sparrow.
God, dude, if you could get a
or a mini ghost.
No, it's gonna be a ghost. A ghost would be the Sparrow.
A mini ghost, but I need it to be like the Scooty Puff. I need my knees to be like up to my chin when I'm riding around on it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh my god, like dude, there's just so many. And it's like I want them to have listened to us for one. It's funny, like I want them to listen to us, but at the same time, like if they don't, I'm totally fine with like shelling out like $50 of silver for this stuff. Mm-hmm. I will probably wait realistically for some of it to see if it's going to come up for dust via Today in Destiny. But if it doesn't, and so much of this is tied to that, because it really sounds like a lot of this is going to be tied to the dungeon, I would say the Spartan armor, the Spartan and the streetwear sets are not going to be tied to the dungeon. Those are going to be, you're going to have to pay for those.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind buying. I will buy every Spartan set that they sell.
I'm 100%. I am prepared to drop $60 on armor alone on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. If there's a fucking marathon set, there's a streetwear set, there's gonna be a Halo set. Okay. Mm-hmm. If there's a Halo set, I'm buying it for all three classes right off the bat, no questions asked.
Yeah.
And then if I have to buy the marathon armor, I'm absolutely... If that really was the Hunter set in that image from a week or two ago, I'm buying it.
Haven't they shown off the marathon sets?
No. They have shown off the streetwear sets. They have not shown off the marathon armor.
I swear they've shown the marathon sets.
I thought they had to. And I could not...
Is this not it? Is this image not it? With the... Hold on. Let me send this to you.
Send it to me. This is what you're getting instead of Lore Corner, is you're getting Conspiracy Hour number 2.
Yeah. This is a very image-heavy episode, by the way. So, sorry about that, everybody. But is this Is this not the Marathon set?
Oh, I guess it is. Huh. That's funny.
And then you have the obviously this.
Okay, so yeah, that's pretty clearly the Hunter holding Gallarhorn then. That's clearly the Hunter.
Yeah, because the one on the right is clearly the Titan, which again sucks.
That's the Titan. That's that. So if I don't know how to link this to anybody, but what we're looking at here is you have the Hunter is in the middle. It's the one that was holding a Gallarhorn in the promo image from a couple weeks ago.
It'll be this image will be the YouTube thumbnail.
Okay.
I'll just make this the YouTube thumbnail.
I'm sure we can post it to Instagram too or something.
Yeah, this will be all. We'll be posting. I think because you have.
Dude, I'm gonna spend so much money on Tuesday.
I know.
I'm gonna spend so much, Corey.
I know. Don't.
I don't even play my Titan, and I want that armor.
I know.
I have to say, to be available to earn in game or to be purchasable somewhere.
I have to say,
for Bright Dust,
with a different shader on it, this Titan armor, the helmet is really cool looking.
Dude, I think that whole set, regardless if you change the color, looks fucking great.
I mean, the Titans are struggling for some legendary helmets right now. I'm gonna tell you. I'm still wearing the motocross helmet from Beyond Light's first season. So
yeah, I'm gonna be wearing some of this It's like I said, I got to do the dungeon on all my characters. I got to get a full Thorn armor set for all 3 characters. I wonder if the Marathon set is what you get for the armor from the 6-player activity. I genuinely wonder, because we know the Thorn armor is in the dungeon, but I wouldn't be shocked if they pulled a prophecy on us and dropped this in there as well. And oh, surprise, 2 armor sets in there. Like it feels so obvious that they're gonna charge for the Halo armor when it happens, and I'm okay with it because I'm gonna buy every single goddamn set. Yeah, I cannot overstate the amount of Bright Dust and real world money that I'm about to spend in this game. Mm-hmm. I may just have to stream it on Tuesday morning when this goes live because it's gonna be gross.
Yeah, it's God, dude.
I've never been excited to spend money on cosmetics in a game until now. I truly do not like spending money on skins in anything. It's why
that's why you hoard. That's why you hoard your Bright Dust.
So I'm even very selective with what I spend my Bright Dust on. I've skipped so many armor sets just because I'm like, I don't like 1 or 2 pieces of it, but I don't want to have an incomplete set at the same time.
Yeah.
So if I don't like all of it, I just don't buy it.
Right.
I can live with 1 piece not liking it, but I want to like the whole set.
Yeah.
Every single class is about to get 4 amazing armor sets out of this. I think the complaints about Destiny having bad armor it's over. We can stop bringing up Destiny 1 armor now, I think, to a very large extent.
Yeah. I mean, Titans still have really bad armor.
The Titans do still. I'm saying overall.
I think the designs are great. Overall, I really do think the designs are great. I wish some of the Titan stuff was better.
Oh yeah.
And especially coming from Halo, and you see all the stuff coming from Halo Reach and ODST and just the multiple forms that Chief has taken. I feel like the Titan set should be the easiest, And maybe they just don't want to be they want to be associated with Halo, obviously, but from a distance. And I feel they want their designs to be radically different from the Spartan armor, just because this is so different. It's a fantasy space world, right? It's not military space world. So I don't know. I still think that's why the Titan armor still looks not great, but I don't know. I really like this Titan armor though, I will say.
I'm a big fan, and God, I hope that I wake up, because I'm gonna wake up on Tuesday after the patch notes have gone live. I already know I'm gonna wake up 8-9 o'clock in the morning, and just the internet's gonna be melting down. I'm probably gonna have a million messages on my phone. I have friends who have taken the day off work to play this and Halo back to back. They are I think it was Joe was talking to me. He's like, I have taken 2 vacation days for that week. I'm fully prepared for this and for the Halo campaign. I know Nerd's probably going to be playing with us while he's trying to work. Ray, our friend Ray is going to be jumping in, I think, on Tuesday as well. It's going to be great. I can't wait to run this activity just ad nauseum with all my friends as many times as possible. Like, don't lock me out from the rewards. Let me play as much as I want to. This is a party, man. Let me party. I hope there's a finisher that is the grunt birthday party.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that original assassination from Reach, but yeah, that'd be cool too. Grunt birthday party would be awesome.
We're definitely getting finishers, but I think a grunt birthday party one, do it similar to the Golden Gun animation. You pull it out, you shoot it, and the enemy explodes into confetti. That would just be amazing.
That would be the yeah, that'd be awesome. I was trying to think of something cool to say, but I couldn't think of it. Yeah, dude, I'm so excited. So excited.
Half of this turned into a conspiracy theory about things we're going to see in 96 hours.
We have to give the people what they want, you know?
Right. We talked merchandising. We talked blowing real-world money on a video game more than is healthy. We put on our spin foil hats, and we sacrificed Lore Corner to make sure that we overanalyzed 3 screenshots.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we're not excited though.
No, not at all. We're not excited in the least. I'm not excited that this and Halo are launching content in 24 hours of each other. Definitely not thinking about how I'm going to do all that.
That's like the worst part is that
because here's the problem. Like, I want to play the anniversary event so bad. Like, I will probably stay up all night earning Gallarhorn, but then I have to hit Halo as soon as it comes out because I don't want to get spoiled. I'm already dodging spoilers like crazy right now for Halo.
All right, because they're out there.
The opening cutscene has leaked for Halo Infinite, so be careful if you don't want to get spoiled. I'm just wondering when the review embargo is up, because I
would say Monday morning.
I think they may pull a fast one on us and lift it tomorrow. So if you're listening to this, it's either getting lifted on Friday or on Monday, because I don't think that they're not going to take away from Bungie's 30th anniversary. Yeah. They're going to want to talk that they're going to want to let them dominate that day, and everybody be like, oh my god, like Halo got such great reviews, and like, oh, there's a new week of cosmetics up, like there's a new event, like maybe there's a limited time event because campaign's launching, and campaign's launching, this was a great lead up. Like, even Chipotle's getting in on. We're having Chipotle for lunch tomorrow because I want 10 free challenge swaps.
I had Chipotle for lunch today.
Did you use code Halo100 to get your 5 challenge swaps?
No, I didn't even know that was like a thing.
It's a thing because I've been joking with me and Nerd have been teasing Joe. How many times are you going to order Chipotle in the next couple weeks? Because he's drinking so many rock stars right now to amass codes.
It's fair.
For XP boosts and challenge swaps, and let me tell you something, I drank 1 sip of Rockstar and dumped it out because it tasted like, I don't know, unleaded motor oil. It was disgusting.
That's fair.
Please, I beg you, Halo, do a promotion with Red Bull. Even Monster was better than this.
Yeah.
It's still pretty gross.
Yeah, I've made the full transition to Red Bull. I prefer Red Bull now over everything. I used to be a Monster guy, which I still am because it's cheaper than Red Bull, but
it's definitely cheap and in bigger cans too.
Yeah, but if I need the real energy, I'm going the RBs. You know what I mean? One last request, Josh, before we get out of here.
Get me.
I'm putting my conspiracy theory hat back on.
Put it back on. Do it.
A needler ornament for Telesto.
Oh, God. Dude, I would love it. I would love it so much.
I mean, that's what they were calling it when they first revealed Telesto anyway, was Destiny's Needler. So.
Yeah. It has fundamentally broken the game.
Yeah.
I would also put this out there. This may be the only time I ever put a ghost projection on. There's no way they don't do Cortana, right?
Yeah.
There's no way there's not a Cortana ghost projection.
Yeah, there's no way. Guilty Spark with a Cortana ghost projection?
If that happens and I have a fucking Master Chief helmet on, gonna cry because this is like the best thing that's ever happened in this game for me.
Yeah. Plus, like, if you really want a Master Chief quote unquote armor set, there is an ornament for the Titans at least that kind of reminds me of it. Anyway, is the Siege Breaker.
Mm-hmm.
That is pretty.
There's a few pieces you can mix and match on the Hunter for sure. The arms that came with the Emil helmet last year are really good. We've had some Crucible armor in the past that kind of looks like it as well, for the chest piece and for the legs. If the Master Chief helmet is given to everybody on Tuesday morning, first off, the noise that you hear when I see that is going to be what comes through your walls, and I'm so sorry.
You better text me if it is.
Dude, if it happens, all you're going to have is it's going to be all caps and all expletives.
Yeah.
Like, Corey, I'm going to send you so many screenshots in between me just, like, weeping uncontrollably.
That would be great. I want to see you weep uncontrollably.
I do like that I've been taking this stance for the last, like, 3 weeks of Halo Infinite cosmetics are overpriced. I'm not buying a stupid skin. And then I'm like, God damn it. How much money am I going to drop? Is it still going to be 2 digits or am I dropping 3?
Yeah.
I can't wait. I really I can't wait. It looks like they've shored up the Warlock street set a little bit more. In the promo image we got today, you can kind of zoom in and see that a little bit when they're standing in the treasure room.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to end up... God, I'm going to end up getting this Hunter set, too, because I really want DMG's yellow beanie on my Hunter. God, dude, like, the fact that they keep emphasizing... They told us so much, and we've been able to infer so much from the few screenshots we've gotten, and yet they're basically not refuting anything. They're just letting our imaginations go crazy. I think that's so much of what I love about Bungie. And, we get to the end of the year, next week will be the real anniversary. I promised, before the end of the year, we would share, some of our favorite Bungie memories and, like what they mean to us, like what Halo means to us and stuff. I know we've kind of gone over that in the past, but
yeah, I think we're going to do that probably the last episode, right? Of the year.
Probably. I would say that, yeah. I would say that's going to be the last episode. When the anniversary is that time to sink in, the Infinite campaign's that time to sink in a little bit. That'll probably be what we do on the 16th, is a lot of that, because I don't know if I can talk about the yawning again.
God.
I find it insane that we're going to have the 30th anniversary and Moments of Triumph launch, and then the week after, most likely, we're getting the Dawning.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. It's Joe Blackburn said it earlier this year, right? Like, we said it for years, like, we feel like Destiny's best days are ahead of us. We still feel that way, but we feel like we're closer than ever before. He said it. Luke Smith has said it. They even brought Jason Jones out of his cryo chamber to talk a little bit about the future. Justin Truman talked about it a little bit on that stream. I know that Cosmo and Dylan have said it a lot. But yeah, I mean, I'm just going to keep rambling and talking in circles because I'm so excited. I'm like a kid on Christmas.
I know.
Who doesn't know what present he's getting, but he has
show will never end.
Inkling.
The show would never end if we didn't just say, we got to stop. We have to stop. We got to stop.
We got to stop.
We have 2 more weeks. We have 2 more weeks to talk about this, Josh. Don't worry.
We have 2 more weeks, and then we have after the Christmas break as well, because we're not going to be done raving about this for quite some time.
Right. Just,
Corey, get me out of here.
I can't. I want to keep talking about Halo Conspiracy.
Nope, get me out of here. Just
right.
Do it.
I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening to this episode of Tower Casuals. If you're listening on, what is it? It's called Apple Podcast now. I keep saying iTunes.
God, Apple Podcast.
If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star rating. If you listen on Spotify, leave us a thumbs up. Really helps us out. Tell your friends. If you have Destiny friends, tell your friends. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Tower Casuals. Josh, where can we find you?
At Josh_Finn, 2 N's. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I encourage you. This is not me pandering for you to follow me, but please, just like, if even half of what I'm hoping pans out on Tuesday and on Wednesday with Halo, it's just going to be nonstop happiness on your timeline for like 3 straight days.
Yeah.
So if you need a little bit of positivity when everybody else is like, I played 60 hours of ranked Halo and, oddball and CTM are fucking bullshit. Like, yeah, it's gonna be happy times over there. Be happy times over there and on the Tower Casuals account at Tower Casuals on Twitter and Instagram.
You got that folder, right?
I did get that folder. I was a little bit busy at the time, but I do in fact have it.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're really going to kick up the social media in 2022.
Yeah, we are.
I've got plans.
Yeah, I've also got some plans for fun things, but I think you're going to kind of be like the lore guy, and I'm just going to be kind of like the, hey, this is fun. Also, the podcast is out guy.
Corey, where can we find you at?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram and Xbox if you want to hang out with me on Xbox at I am Corey in HD. You can also find me hosting the Boss Rush podcast if you are inclined to listen to other video game stuff. You can, you know what? That's it. Oh, you can email the show at towercasuals@gmail.com. I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening. And until next time, we love you. Goodbye.